I don't know if you heard or not, but possible Exxon Mobil Chevron merger, the biggest merger of all time. The chief executives of ExxonMobil and Chevron spoke about combining the oil giants after the pandemic shook the world last year, according to the people familiar with the talks, testing the waters for what could have been one of the largest corporate mergers of all time. Such a deal would reunite the two largest descendants of the John D. Rockefeller Standard Oil Company, which was broken up by the U.S. regulators in 1911 and reshaping the oil industry. By the way, FYI, if Rockefeller's wealth back in the days, before he died, if you compare it to today with inflation and everything together, you know what his net worth would be today? $340 billion net worth.
He'd be number one.
He'd be number one. Right. He'd be combined.
He'd be Musk and
that's Rockefeller.
Bezos.
Rockefeller was a player, by the way. A combined company market value could top $350 billion. Exxon has a market value of $190 billion, while Chevron $164. Together, they would likely form the world's second largest oil company by market cap production, producing about 7 million barrels of oil and gas a day based on pre-pandemic levels, second only in both measures to Saudi Aramco. Think about it. That's a pretty big number right there. So what are your thoughts about this?
I did a little research on this.
Yeah.
And number one, how massive Saudi Aramco is. $1.7 trillion company. I think the only company that's big as them is Apple as far as market share. But here's actually something pretty interesting. You know who the biggest company in the world was in 2006? Most highest valued company in the world, 2006?
Walmart?
No.
Who?
Exxon.
Exxon, okay.
Okay, so now we're talking about them struggling so bad that now they might potentially, because this is all just sort of hearsay, initial talks, having to merge with Chevron just to compete in the marketplace right now. Because under an Biden administration, do you think they're going to be pro or against
fully anti
energy and gas and consumption?
100%
like that?
anti.
I mean, Biden. I did an episode about Biden's going green. I mean, he's clean energy, green jobs.
Yep.
So this is all just initial talks right now, whether Exxon and Chevron. But 15 years ago, Exxon was the big dog. Energy was the big dog around the world. And now, who are the big dogs? Tech, Apple, Amazon. Obviously, Microsoft was there then. The tech is now the big dogs around the world, and energy is clearly plummeting.
Well, I was going to say, Tesla as well. They're making a big
Tesla
on energy with all their solar and all that electric power.
But Tesla is tech, big data, and clean energy, not traditional big oil, Exxon, Chevron, that type of energy. Yeah? When are you getting a
Tesla?
When are you getting a
electric car?
Electric car.
You know what? I did see the Panamera electric the other day. That car is pretty ridiculous.
Well, you had the i8, and that wasn't that.
I did have the i8, and I love the i8. I don't know if you've seen the i8.
What is that?
The BMW i8. The doors open up on the side. It's like
pull it up, Mario.
Nice. I like the i8.
Mario, pull it up.
Did you drive the i8?
Yeah, I drove to pick up your dad one time at the airport.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. I mean, it wasn't really that fast. It was 0 to 60 in like 3.5 seconds, 4 seconds.
i8 Adam right there.
It was faster than my Saturn.
Yeah, it is faster than your Saturn for sure. So the i8, I think
you drove this for a while.
Yeah,
this is the electric BMW.
Yeah, I had this for 2 years.
Really?
That's the one. The white and the blue, right out of Mission Impossible. It is. It's like
sick car.
It's a nice.
So
car.
you had an electric car.
It's right there. That's exactly what I had. I had that one right there. Okay, I would charge it every day, and I'd
What was that like? What was that life like?
Let me tell you, I don't even know why I got rid of this car. Why did I get rid of this car?
You ended up getting, I think it was the orange Lambo.
The Aventador?
Yeah.
What? Oh, I got the Dawn. I got the Roll.
Yeah,
I don't know why I got rid of this car. This was a phenomenal car. It was actually a very good car. It was a very good everyday car, is what this was. Very good everyday car.
But you had to charge it. There was no gas stations.
No, it's gas. It was a combo. It was a hybrid. It was gas and electric. So if I had the electric, great. If I didn't, I could get the gas as well. So
can I ask you a question on the merger?
By the way, I kind of like that. Believe it or not, I kind of like that.
The hybrid approach.
Yeah, I kind of like that because there wasn't enough chargers, and I didn't have time to go stand somewhere and wait for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm like, dude, how long does it take you to fill up your tank?
Yeah, 5 minutes, not even, whatever.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to charge your entire?
I don't even know. How long?
It's a while. It's not like a minute or 5 minute thing. You got to sit there for some time, right? So something like this, you go in and it's hybrid or work that. Some days I forgot to charge it. I'll go to the gas station and take care of that. Go ahead, Mario.
Yeah, question for you. A little speculation, just a question. Go a little deeper, but The BizDoc did an episode last week, I think, on Tesla.
Yeah.
He talked about maybe Elon's planning doing energy gas stations. Do you think if I'm these oil companies and they're thinking next moves strategically, they're merging in order to maybe take on the next big thing? Do you think that could be a possibility?
I think they're unified right now because there's a lot of enemies. Let's just say Biden and Kamala go 8 years. Let's say. A lot of people are saying it's not going to happen, meaning Kamala is going to be the face because Biden may not make it past 4 years health-wise. We don't know. It's just pure speculation. But say they go 8 years. Can you imagine 8 years of anti-oil agenda nonstop? You have to pivot. Remember that one episode we did about General Motors where Tom put up the picture saying that General Motors website, even though they only sell 3% of their cars are electric, on their website, the only car they had on General Motors website was a CEO standing next to their only electric car, even though they only sell 2 to 4% of electric cars. Their website says what?
Wow.
Electric cars. And they said by 2025, I think Cadillac is going 100%.
2035.
2035,
Yes.
2030 or some number. I don't know if it was 2035 or 2025. But it was in the next 5 to 10 years.
They're basically saying the next handful of years, they're going
Cadillac is going 100% electric. So this doesn't
Was it just
favor
Cadillac
these guys.
or their entire fleet?
No, it was Cadillac only first.
Wow.
And then they're going.
GM.
Yes. So if you look at numbers, Exxon's share fell 29% last year. Chevron fell 20% last year.
Yeah.
Okay. The stock index of U.S. oil and gas companies was down 57% at one point in 2020. You have to also, the challenge with Exxon and Chevron goes, these guys thought oil was going to be around forever, and they took a hit. By the way, these oil guys, executives, you know what kind of money they make?
Ridiculous.
They go golfing 2-3 times a week, making $1 million, $2 million, $500,000. Regular executives who are not even working making that kind of money because they think this is going to be around forever. And unfortunately, this happens in many newspapers. It happened
they're getting
to
fat and lazy?
radio. Oh, are you kidding me? Of course they're getting fat and lazy. You can't go like this forever. And Elon Musk is officially forcing Chevron and Mobil, Exxon, to get back to work. And Elon Musk is forcing these guys who've been kicking it, golfing 3, 4, 5 times a week, to get back to work. Because if you don't, your business model is no longer working today.
Well, I mean, right here it says it was it Exxon, which was America's most valuable company 7 years ago. This isn't 100 years ago. With a market share of more than 400 billion, nearly double Chevron's. All right. Exxon has fallen from its heights following a series of strategic missteps, which were further exacerbated by the pandemic. We all remember back in March, oil went to, $0 a barrel, right? What was going on right there? But here's the biggest point right here. It was removed from the Dow Jones Industrial Average last year for the first time since it was added as Standard Oil in 1928.
That's a scary thought to be.
So 90 years ago,
it's removed from Dow Jones
for the first time in 90 years
since 1928. So that alone ought to tell you what direction this is going to right now. This is not a joke. Like these guys are, I don't know if they're sitting there panicking right now, but I think they're saying, listen, man, we know we can't stand each other. You're Exxon, you're Chevron. Look, let's just kind of team up because we have a common enemy. Let's just come together and try to make this work and be on the same team together. What do you say? Great. So it's not going to be that pretty, but it's not a bad move that they're making. So we'll see what's going to happen there with this. So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.